From Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
A wonderful way to start your day. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Good morning, and welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Oh my gosh, you do look dapper today, Chef Michael.
I'm a handsome guy.
And you know, we have a seat here in the middle, in between us, because we're waiting for Peter Pavone. Peter Pavone, where are you,
Must have been a couple of broads that
Peter?
got tied up last night.
Is he going, get me to the church,
on
get
time.
me to the church, get me to KLAV on time. You're late.
You know, I got to say something about achievements. Thank you very much. You know, I got to say about
You're welcome for your achievements.
Yeah, for achievements.
Thank you.
You know, people listen.
What about
you know,
my achievements?
Well, achievements. It's very important. You know,
Achievements are very important. Yes, they are. What, Michael?
I'm looking at the time.
Well, I'm just doing like what you do.
That's okay.
You know, he's so funny, so temperamental.
I am.
Do as I say, not as I do, right?
Yeah, sure.
So what about achievements, Michael?
About achievements, let's talk about something that happened. We are so excited that we went with another. We had two different TV stations.
Well, we did.
That we did, and we were.
But we don't now?
No, no.
Because we're giving all our business to
Go ahead.
Keen TV.
King TV. You know, it's a Christian channel. They're national. And I got to say something, you know what I mean? It's funny. I'm never going to change.
Is better.
I'm never going to change. And I said this a million times on the air, and that's why people listen. Never let anybody push you around. And, you know, you can win a battle, and you can also lose a war.
I'm listening.
So keep your faith.
My jeans are tight, Michael. I had to get a breath.
No, anyway, what happened is, you know, when you...
My face turns blue.
We're talking about an achievement, and I'm very proud to say this. When you come to a place like KLAV Radio that we started 9 months ago, all right, and you got a handful of people that listen to this radio station before we started, and then Sandy and I come on, and we come off with the wildest things, and what happens is that all of a sudden people start to listen because they have a good time, they enjoy themselves, and I'm not saying that of the other programs that are here are bad, okay? There is good substance in all the stuff that is said, and I'm going to be very nice by saying that. But when you, as a producer, as a director, I have to be very critical to myself and the people that I associate with. That goes for people that are in my show, people that I deal with, customers that I deal with, from Planet Hollywood, from the marketing, from what's the matter, Sandy?
What?
From you made me lose my train of thought.
People from your work,
the Jockey
people
Club,
from the Jockey Club.
Jockey Club, right? And what happens is that it's a great honor to come into a place like this and turn a station around that had so much potential, okay? But yet they needed a champion in their corner to bring him up front. We now are going to King Television. We were there yesterday.
Keen. K-E-E.
And I said, let's buy as much
KNVG.
Right, airtime as we can, day, night, because I'm going to tell you something. They got programs that are on the station that we do not deal with anymore because they're not honorable people, okay? And I'm going to say that. They're not honorable, all right? And that's okay with me. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. Everybody has their thing. So years ago, I need a gun to kill you. Today, I use my briefcase. You know, and I let my lawyers do the killing. But the bottom line is that King Television, when you go into a place like that, especially a Christian channel that has all them people, I said, Sandy, the best thing for us to do is to smother everything we can get our hands on.
Smother?
Smother it. Buy every radio every airtime we can do, every television slot, because there's people out there watching. What happens is most of the programs that come out, and they might be on a major cable network, they're on 1 day a week. They can't afford 5 days a week. They don't have the sponsorship or the money, but most of all, they don't have the talent that anybody wants to watch them. Okay? They're just regular television shows that are set up like the Johnny Carson show, and you got people, how you doing? They bring chefs on. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's nice. You know what I mean? But people today don't want to be educated. They want to be entertained. And I'm going to say something, not because Sandy is the love of my life and that we're together, but Sandy to me is the best radio, talk show, TV host that's out there. I'll put her with Ellen DeGeneres. I'll put her with Oprah Winfrey. Sandy has no competition in Las Vegas.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm telling it like it is. There's no competition. She's got the look. She's got the voice. She's got the sound. She's got the personality. And there's other people that are on television for 30 years. They're boring.
See,
Get the hell off the television and go find a job. You don't have it. Sandy has the talent to go the rest of the way, because everywhere we go, people say, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, you're this."
Oh my gosh, Michael, I can't sit here and take all this.
Well,
please,
you better take it, because you could say what you want.
No. You know, it's okay. It's okay. I understand, but I look at it like there. It's not like a competition out there. You know, I mean,
I disagree because. Okay.
There's a lot of room. There's room for a lot of different styles of people.
I'm going to tell you something, Sandy. When I did the San Gennaro Feast in 1989 for Jimmy Palmisano, the owner, I did it 1 year. They never had a San Gennaro Feast like that. No matter who took it over after me, that was the number one best of the best of the best, and they could never.
Well, they
compare.
brought you in for a reason.
Yeah,
too,
of course they got me because they fired two other guys and they wanted me right, and I turned it around. And then the other people came back, which is great, and God bless them. Because I'm Italian, I push for my people, and I wish to hold nothing but the best. But I want to say, you know who caused the most problems for me? You'll never believe it. The soup cans. The soup cans caused the most problems. They had to have a special light.
Get the box?
They had to get this. They had to get that. Sam Brutera, Frank Marino. Okay, all the big celebrities. They came in. The Treniers. I called all my markers in. Fred Travellina, God rest his soul. All these people. Never a problem. Mike, don't worry about it. Listen, that's okay. The light's not right. It's okay. No problem. It's the pros. The pros cause no problems for me. So when you get, and that's why this is a talk show. This is a variety show. So what we try to do is we like to bring everything to somebody. So again, I bring that out to the people to let the public know that this is my opinion. I think that Sandy Kastel, all right, should go nationwide television. I could care less about it. You can take me off tomorrow morning. I don't give a rat's ass. I was a success years ago. I'm a success, and I'll always be a success. It doesn't make no difference to me. Okay, but the truth is the truth, and people need to see and hear what talent really is. And Sandy Kastel is the #1 radio talk show host in Las Vegas, and I'll put up $1 million. $1 million against anybody. You're not going to beat her. Do you understand? And that's just my opinion. So now we can move on to something else because I got it off my chest.
That's 10 minutes of
I'm sorry. That's how I feel. No, I'm serious.
How great I am. How great I am. Oh my gosh, how great I am. How great I am. How great I am. How great I am. It's all about me. You know, there was a song in one of Dolly Coulter's shows with Bert Anderson. You know, it's called Backup, and it's a show about, you know, the backup kids, you know, that are the kids in the back, and you know, you have your frontliners, you know, your headliners, and then you have the dance crew. Anyway, but it was all about this past queen. What do you call it? The TV show. You know, those network TV show queens. You know, that had not a diva, but she was on one of those, like General Hospital, you know, soap opera queen. So here's this dying soap opera queen, you know, and now everybody, you know, rallies around, you know, and they're talking about her and everything. But you've got all these typecasts, you know, these characters. You know, you have the ingenue, you have the girl that's been around the block a lot, you know, and that's been, you know, like, you know, a little bit older. She teaches the ingenue, you know, what she should know. And then you got the guys, you know, the different characters, you know, you got the producer, you've got the leading man, you've got, you know, the character actors. You've got all of these characters in the show. And the character that I got to play the girl that everybody loves to hate. And she said, now don't take this the wrong way, Sandy, but actually there was a song in there. It's all about me. It's all about... Anyway, that's what it reminded me of.
Well, it's really not about you.
But no.
It's about the public and what the public needs to see. No, it's about the people
that come on the show. Well, like Peter Pavone, he just texted. He said, oh, sorry, I'm running late. I will be there soon. I told him to just text me when he gets there.
And that's why I love Pete, because Pete is my kind of guy.
Peter is a great performer.
He is.
But not only that, you know, he was down in California. He had a whole different career before him, and I even forgot what that career was. But, you know, he he's been singing. He was always singing for fun, and he decided, well, I want to go out and sing. So he put together some 2 or 3 albums of material, hired the best musicians down there, got some CDs, put them together, started working around in the San Diego area and Southern Nevada or Southern California, and then he came to Las Vegas a few years ago, and then he's just been taking it by storm, little by little by little, and he's a great talent, but also he's also just a nice guy, and that's the kind of entertainer that we like, is the ones that, remember that it's about your audience.
Right.
It's really, that's what you were talking about. You don't get any problems from the real professionals.
Right,
I mean, we hear stories, and there are certain divas out there, male and female.
Right.
I don't know, what do they call male divas? Are they divos? Divides?
Do you know something?
Idiots?
You know something? I got to say
but
something.
you've got some of those. Wait, let me finish my thought. You've got some people that just think, oh my God, I'm God's gift to whatever, women and to the world. But they forget that, it was a stepping stone. It takes us, one step at a time to get to the top.
True.
And then when you get to the top, you need to remember all those people that helped you get to the top, and those people out there, those fans of yours that keep you at the top. And we do appreciate all of our fans. And a lot of our fans are our extended family. You know what I mean?
Well, we make it that way, Sandy.
Yeah.
That's the reason we give people an opportunity, and then the ones that
to be part of what we're doing.
Right, and the ones that we open our hearts to. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Today everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to be liked. Nobody really wants to say the truth.
Well, it's just like Keen TV. We went in there and met with them yesterday, and they're just Dale. He is wonderful, and Betsy Ann. And Betsy Ann is an amazing singer. She's going to be singing for us at the WEMA event coming up on December 13th. Also, really great people, and they are like a family network. Right. Okay.
But let me tell you what an achievement is.
But.
All right? It's like what Sandy and I did. We went down to the Hacienda del Rey. It was a Mexican restaurant, okay? We put a show down there once a week. We packed the place. We filled the room, and they made money. We go to Sienna's Italian Trattoria restaurant on a Wednesday that nobody wanted to go in there with. Do you understand? And we do wonderful. We bring people in that never would walk in the place. We go to the Tuscany. No matter where we go, we fill a room because why? Because it's talent. The people are going for talent. That's the bottom line, and it's sad. That's why we want to open up our own place, because it's time for musicians and entertainers to be paid. I think it's an absolute disgrace that these poor performers got to work for the door. Okay.
Well, that unfortunately that's part of a challenge that we're dealing with right now, Michael, and it's not their fault.
Right.
What happened is back in the 80s really is when it all started. But I want to go back to that. I want to talk about a little bit about that. But right now we've got to take a very important message because we have some wonderful sponsors that we appreciate, and we were going to take a brief pause for them, and we'll be right back.
I've been making my list all year long.
Adams, and I listen to KLAV with Sandy Kastel and Chef Michael.
More interviews, more recipes, more fun. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael, and Peter Pavone is on his way. He'll be here soon. He'll let us know as soon as he gets here. However, talking about, going back to what drove all this to happen the way it is now today, where we don't have the lounges anymore like we used to have. Back when you and I were performing here in Las Vegas, you came in, 1974?
1974, and union wage was for this lounge act was $350 a man. The hotels had to pay you a minimum of $350 per person.
I gave him an opening, didn't I? And you came in 1974. Yeah. And I was here and I was performing. Right. And what was the first place you worked at?
First place I played was the Marina Hotel. And thanks to the Treniers. Yeah. The Treniers gave me my break, and naturally Mike Sarge, God rest his soul, it was all the boys them days. It was all juice guys from New York, Chicago. They were there. You were in or you were out. But the only difference is you had to be good to perform. Frank Moore, 4. These are guys that they're gone. I'm 62. They had about 10 years. So if these guys are still living or dead, but these guys were great. Bay Pier, okay, the Vagabonds. The list is endless. Freddie Bell. The acts were absolutely spontaneous. They were unbelievable. They were great.
That's true. And we had lounges. We had rooms. I mean, even before our time, the lounge was the place where you could go and just for a couple of drinks, maybe a 2-drink minimum, you could sit there and you could watch main room attractions in a lounge setting. And these rooms were smaller, more intimate instead of the huge showroom. And it would be like you'd be, a couple of tables away from the stage, and it would only have like 200 people or 150 to 200 to 300 max in the room. And you had cocktail waitresses coming by, and you had a ton of cocktail waitresses. Today, you go somewhere, you sit there for an hour and wait for them to come and ask you for your first drink. I mean, it is totally changed. It used to be service, service, service.
Right.
This town was built on service, and it has changed over the years. And what happened is back in the 80s, it all started, I think, back then. When they started bringing in some of the music that was was electronic music, and they asked the musicians union. They said, we want to do this. We want to bring in where we have some of the instruments that are recorded, and then we want the band to play, but we're going to cut back on the band instead of having a 30-piece orchestra. You might have he can make it in, John. It's okay. He'll come back around. And you'd cut it down to maybe a smaller orchestra, and then be playing with the tapes or with the tracks. The tracks is what they were called. But the musicians union, of course, said no. And what happened is then, of course, they went on strike, and then they ended up losing their ground a lot. And what happened is the electronic music, the tracks came in, and they came in instead of working in conjunction with the musicians. They took over, and then you had big major showrooms that had tracks being played, and with just a skeleton crew, of maybe a rhythm section, playing along with these tracks. So, and then gradually, we lost a lot of the lounges, and we ended up with a lot of Cirque du Soleil shows, Cirque shows that are really great, wonderful shows, and great for the visitors and stuff. But now we've got 14 of them, and you start out with one, and then you get another, and so we don't have as many opportunities for the local talent to perform, and now they're out at restaurants, and restaurants are, were really not meant to be music arenas. They would usually have somebody, maybe a piano over in the corner or a guitar player or something, sitting just for ambient music. Now you've got full 6-piece bands going into restaurants and performing, and they're making room for them, but it's just a little different. The mentality is not the same as when you had a lounge that was made for a band to come in and play, and for people to go in and sit and listen to music.
But things changed because, again, the soup cans took over the town, and this is what you got. You don't have... Look.
We've got a lot of great people, Michael. I don't know why you're always saying about the soup cans.
Name them. Name them.
Michael, there are a lot of great performers here.
Name them.
Santa Fe.
Okay.
Palms.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Keep going.
Right. And Lon Bronson.
2.
That's a great big band, and they've got 12 and 14 pieces in their bands.
Great, I'm not saying that they're bad.
But you've got a lot of good performers. You've got Mark Giove, you've got Peter Pavone, you've got T. Fox, but where are they playing?
But that's what I'm saying.
They're playing either with a duo at the Italian American Club, or a trio at some of the restaurants. But there are good performers. They are. I mean, they're good, singers.
But that's what
they don't have. I know, but they're not soup cans. But
I'm not saying they are. What I'm saying to you is that it's a handful of people that are out there that
you said the soup cans took over this town.
They did. The soup cans took over the majority of these bands that are playing because, that they're okay. I mean, you got great performers like Paris.
Because a lot of the performers, Michael, a lot of the bands that could not make a living here have gone to corporate. They've gone to corporate jobs that they do when big companies come, corporate gigs come in here when they have big conventions. They'll do the corporate dates, or they will travel. It's just like we have good friends, that are going. What about Corey Sachs? She went out on tour.
Great.
I mean, on cruises.
Great.
She's a great performer, and Bobby Sachs, her husband, put together these wonderful charts for her.
Number 1 bass player in the world.
And he's amazing. Anyway, we've got a caller in. Shiny Mohawk. Jason, hi. How are you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
What's up, buddy?
You sound like you just woke up.
Yeah, I did.
Uh-oh, you sound like you got a little gravel in your throat, too.
Yeah, my voice is kind of half gone.
Why?
I don't know. It's
Were you screaming at the football games this weekend?
Well, maybe you left your voice in the car. Go look. It might be under the seat.
It happened yesterday. Anyways, I'm listening to your show, of course, always. But, hey, you have a good conversation there. Anyways, I wanted to add something to your conversation.
Okay.
Well, first, me and Karen wanted to say thank you very much for Thanksgiving.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Loved having you over. Thank you for joining us.
You went back 4 times. You must have liked the food.
Hey, the conversation, I wanted to add that you also had bar bands.
Yeah, bar bands, right?
And so bars, had, well, you heard of a bar band and of course the soup cans, and I think I fit into that soup can, all right?
No, you don't.
Should Michael? No, I'm just playing around.
No, you don't. You got a good heart. No, you don't.
No.
You got to understand something. I try to be very careful not to hurt or offend anybody. You know what I'm trying to say to you? And I really don't. I really don't want to do that. But let me tell you something. I tell it like it is, and that's the problem. Nobody in Vegas. There's no writers anymore in Vegas. Bill Willard is dead from Variety. Bill Willard told it like it is in Variety. You go to New York, they give you a write-up.
Oh yeah.
Okay, in Las Vegas,
you may not
everybody's great. You got these newspapers. I don't want to mention their name. I'm not going to give them the advertisement. But they got these, newspapers, these free advertisements. They get mailed out, and they mail up to 300 billion people a week. BS. And they put the same people in it. Everybody's great. Nobody has a hit record. Nobody has a hit album. Right. Capitol Records didn't buy anybody.
No, except for the big names that are coming in to perform in the main showrooms.
And remember something.
Right.
I'm for.
Some have gotten discovered here.
You're right. I'm for that. I'm for that. And what happens is that everybody has their place, and I'm a firm believer in that. Not every chef is great in these restaurants. Not every Italian restaurant makes the best food. Not every doctor is the best. Not every surgeon is wonderful. And this is what I try to tell people that are out there what needs to be done. And the reason why I said that to you is because of kind of the King Television. We sit down with these people, and these guys here want to go national. They want to put our story on out there. They don't know what to do to back us to say, you got your
it's kind of like here at KLAV.
Right.
They're behind us.
They're behind us.
And because they believe in what we're doing. And and for us, it's like, people like you, Shiny, or David.
I can see that. Yeah. I can. I mean, I don't want to interrupt, but I could agree. I mean, like what Chef Michael was saying, there's categories.
Yes, of course.
But I'm joking about the soup can, but anyways, I just wanted to add that there's bar bands and like as compared to like a restaurant,
Yeah,
but,
and there are some bar bands still. Some of the country and the rock places, still have that out at the cannery.
Right.
They have that.
Yeah, there's different levels, and it's interesting. But I can agree with your conversation because of course.
And there are some places like the Fiesta, out there where Sherry Gordy is putting on those events every Thursday night.
Great job.
I mean, they are doing a fabulous job.
Right.
Bringing in wonderful talent, and of course they focus a lot on the Motown, and soul and R&B and stuff.
But
it's great. It's great because they're giving the people something that's really, wonderful, and getting some good entertainers up there.
What's interesting too is that I'm just joking here about the soup cans, but at least people are still getting the chance to perform live. That's.
And I'm 100% for that, Shiny. I mean that, and I wish. And it's like like Star Search. I mean, that's wonderful, and America's Got Talent, and Simon Cowell. Look at these people, and he would say, "You're horrible." Do you really believe
Don't forget where that all stems from. That stems from open mic night. Now, open mic nights are not necessarily. They've always been traditionally for people to get up that are not professional singers, that maybe are aspiring to be professional singers, that want to get up and sing a song. And then they had, don't forget, karaoke rooms, remember?
Yeah.
A lot of people. And what's happened is now, unfortunately, we have really good singers singing with tracks like they did with the karaoke rooms. And the karaoke rooms were not professional, usually were not traditionally professional singers. The karaoke rooms were meant for, people that are sitting out in the audience to get up after they've had a few cocktails and get up there and sing a song. And boy, they sound really good because they're singing with the tracks, that were written for the artists that recorded those songs. Now what's happening is just like Peter Pavone, some of the places he's playing, he's down there downtown.
Okay.
They don't have the money. I don't know why they don't have the money to pay.
They have the money. They don't want to do it.
Three-piece band. Give me a break. They have money to pay for, any kind of, kind of gaming and stuff that they want, but they don't have money to put a 3 or a 4-piece band combo behind a good singer like Peter Pavone.
Irv Kluger said something so great. I caught it on the way out of the Musicians Union Hall. He said, if a guy can buy you for $1, why give you $2?
Joe Lano. You've got Joe Lano down here.
And I got Peter Pavone. Okay, let me say this to you about Joe Lano. Joe Lano is one of the greatest guitar players, and he's down with Pia Isadora. He was down there. He's a great guitar player, and I don't want to get... People get up and sing, and the guy would put his head down for some people and say, how do you want to step in the ring with Muhammad Ali or Rocky Marciano? Okay? You get a person, I get like T. Fox, that would get up and rip an audience upside down, who would do a phenomenal job. And then you get some soup can that wants to get up right after him and perform. It's something wrong with you.
But Michael, everybody's perception is different. But you're right. We've got a mixture now.
Yeah, it's like a variety show now,
But it's a variety show, but it's mixed with some karaoke people, people that should just be singing karaoke, for fun. And some people, and the people that are really, really good, that are looking for a place to sing, they're looking for a home to hang out and sing.
Well, on our television show, we edited
talking about
we edited the second show yesterday. We did the second show, and naturally we did for the concert that we did at Canyon Gate, that you were there, Shiny. And I had Peter Pavone, and I had Mark Jehovah. You know how I want to show these guys? Not with a Muzak behind them or with a 3-piece band. Sandy and I dug into our pockets, and it cost us $5,000 to do that show. Do you understand?
Well, anytime you hire a big band and you pay them what they should be paid.
And we paid them.
Come on, that's the thing. A lot of times you've got a lot of rooms where what's happening is, and they're going in, they're working for peanuts.
Right.
I'll just say peanuts. Right. Because, these musicians are the musicians that played with Sinatra and Liza and, a big name performer, Stephen Edie. Right. They backed the greats. And they might be in their 80s now, in their 70s and 80s and 90s, believe it or not. But these guys know their craft, and they are still playing great music.
Now, I was watching Rich Rizzo, because in fact, there's a shot of him and his group when he did that. And I was looking at these women that the ages start at 65. They're not topless, okay?
And they look amazing.
Their smiles, the way they smiled, the way they moved. There was a certain magic. And I'm saying, look at these people, as old as they are, they're pushing 60, 70, 80 years old.
They're young at heart.
And they still are built nice. Yeah. They didn't have to expose themselves.
Well, they are taking care of themselves.
Right.
And that's why I talk about the staying fit and fabulous forever, because it's really important for all of us, whatever size, shape, or whatever we are, to do whatever we can to stay fit and fabulous. Anyway, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends
Shiny.
Variety Show with Chef Michael. We've got Shiny Mohawk Jason on the phone. Hold on, Shiny, don't go anywhere.
We love you, Bob.
And we'll be right back after a quick message from our sponsors.
The Easy Boys Band here with Sandy Kastel and Friends and Chef Michael's. Listen to him every day.
Everybody's a winner. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Chef Michael, you've got a valid point, and but the thing of it is what do we do about it?
What we're doing, Sandy, we reached into our pocket, spend $1 gajillion to come into a radio show, to bring people onto this radio show
that deserve it.
Yes. And then we reached into our pocket with another $1 gajillion. Do you understand? To put ourselves on television. Now, whatever stations, whatever they do. The bottom line is this: Green always talks. Green, Mr. Green. When you got Mr. Green, okay, every door opens up. That's the bottom line. So, and like the television show that we're doing, Peter Pavone, okay, he must have got tied up. He called us, but I love Pete.
No, he just spaced it. He slept in. So he's on his way, but I don't know if he
makes it in time. But
Peter, if you're on your way, keep coming.
But for him, to show Peter Pavone, I wanted to show Peter Pavone and Mark Jehovy and Jimmy Melodor in the right way with a 16-piece band behind him, not some 6-piece band. That would be bad. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But I wanted to show the public the true Peter Pavone, the true Mark Jehovy. There's a kid that gets standing ovations with a 1-piece band. Mark is great.
I know.
But I wanted to show him, John, in the most best you could possibly show somebody.
And he loved it. He had such a good time.
Exactly.
And Shiny, you were there too.
And he did. And Shiny, you still there?
Yeah, I'm always
here. Shiny was there. You know what I mean? And
you were back there. Oh no, you weren't there. You were sick.
You got sick. You weren't
Karen was there.
Right.
Karen came, yes, and she was there. And the thing of it is somebody made the comment, to us. I think it was Evan. He said something about they only got to sing a couple of songs each.
Evan who?
Evan Davis.
Never heard of him.
He said something about they only got to sing a couple songs. I said, but Evan, we had five. We had you sang, Michael sang a couple songs. I sang a couple songs. Peter sang a couple songs. Mark sang a couple songs. Jimmy Mullador played a couple songs. You got to, it was a show. I mean, it was not only the Peter Pavone show. It was not only the Mark Giove show.
Yeah.
It was a variety show that gave our audience a variety of different entertainers to see, and it gave Peter and Mark an opportunity to sing with the big band, which they appreciated. And they'll have, as soon as we get the edits of the show and everything, they'll have a copy of that, and we're showing bits and pieces from this in our TV show that comes out Saturday and Sunday this weekend on Keen TV. It's I'm getting these numbers wrong.
Take your time, Sam.
No, it's Keen TV, and also it's Prism TV, and so you just have to go to our Facebook page, which is Sandy Kastel and Friends, and you can see all of the stations that we're going to be on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. We're not doing Thursdays anymore on the 12 or 21.
Right. Because
the resolution was just not that good.
Right. And they're not honorable people.
And so anyway, we're going with Keen TV. They are such a great group of people over there. And we really want to do business with people that are honorable and that care about a product that they're putting on.
Exactly.
And don't just treat you like you're paid advertising.
Well, what happens?
But we are more than paid advertising.
Well, people like here, they'll say the views and opinions are not
not ours.
Not ours. You know what I'm trying to say to you? And this, people
disclaimers.
Say they got disclaimers,
and
so
that's
it's like
fine. Because everybody's got a different opinion. They don't want to be responsible for whatever we say.
But again, people, like I said, some of the soup kids, they don't want no competition. And I said, something, Sandy, you really need to be by yourself or on a station that has substance
that appreciates what we're doing. Anyway, Shiny, Mohawk, Jason, talented guy. He writes songs, he plays guitar. You're out there performing. What are some of the places that you sit in at, Jason?
Well, I wanted to say that since when I had the flu, I couldn't play for about almost 2 months.
I know.
And then let's see, I started to play again last weekend. I played Saturday, and then Monday I started to get sick again last week, but then I played last night, but I didn't announce it because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it last night.
Well, listen,
I ended up making it, and it worked out good. So I think I'm going to be back out again. But
you got to come on Facebook, okay, on our page, and just let everybody know. You can put a comment up there. You can say, hey, I'm going to be playing over at such and such, and let people know.
Yeah, that sounds good. Anyways, I just played last night at Shifty's Lounge.
Okay, Shifty's Lounge.
That's good.
So I'm back there again, and I'm going to try to play wherever I get a chance to play, but I'm starting again, so
that's good.
Well, Shiny, we love you. We thank you for calling in, buddy. Give your wife a big kiss.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great day.
Have a great day, buddy. Thank you. That's a nice guy. I love Shiny Mohawk.
He
that's the
been
epitome.
Sick for a little bit. We got to send him out some good vibes.
Take care of our friends. Like I said, the holidays are here. They're just a few weeks away, which I'm very, very excited.
Can we talk about what we've got coming up?
What I was ready to say, but
go ahead.
No, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Sandy Kastel.
I want to hear what you're going to be fixing since you're Chef Michael. What are you going to prepare for us on December the 13th at the big WEMA event that we're having?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't have a clue.
Can we have something like your eggplant parmesan?
You know, I was thinking of that.
Ooh, I love that.
I was thinking that, but you know, I
So
was at
good.
Smith's today, and I ordered. Yeah, because I got that's my
He
company.
goes there every morning at 4:00 in the
I
morning.
love that place, and I got I found the peppers. 20. I got 2 cases of peppers, red peppers.
2 cases?
Yeah, I got them a good deal. And then what I do is I cut them and I freeze them because they're like
yeah.
$1 a piece. So I'm making my
See, that's
company.
one thing you don't talk about too much.
What's that?
I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to interrupt you
You
there.
interrupt me.
But you don't talk about that you can get the peppers, because we love those
Roasted
that you make, roasted peppers.
It's
And you
nearly-
can get them and cut them up and save them in the
I'm
freezer.
glad you
Go
said
ahead.
that. Well, what happens is,
We need to know these
The
things.
red peppers at Smith's are 99 cents a piece.
Wow.
Okay, they're the most expensive peppers. But what happens is like if that pepper is slightly cracked or damaged or it's on the shelf for maybe a
little
day
bruise.
or some bruise or something, they put 3 of them in a bag for $1.
Aha.
$1. And the big ones. So what I used to do with my restaurant is I would buy cases of them and I'd cut them up and I'd freeze them. You have to break them down. You have to cut them up and you put them in the baggies and you put them in your freezer.
Yeah.
And so I says, because I was catered to do a big party. I'm doing a big party for my company.
Yeah,
which
Star
is Star
International.
Resorts International. It's 200 people. They said, Mike, we like you to cater it. We like you to do the cooking. This is our budget. Could you do it? No problem. Sounds great. I'll handle it. I'm doing the roast pork, but, to try to cut it down. So, you can go there and it's right near the fish department. They have bananas that are you have a red band around them. So you can really find some good deals. You know what I'm trying to say to you? You can really shop. I'm telling you something about Smith's. I swear to you. Vons is wonderful. Albertsons is great. They're all great stores. An apple's an apple. But the difference with Smith's for me is the customer service.
Oh, yeah.
Mike
Don, the
and Scott
produce,
in the meat
yeah.
department.
Right.
You got Don, who's the head produce guy.
Right.
Okay? The lady with the cakes. We buy all our cakes, our pastries.
And those cakes are
Unbelievable.
amazing.
The sheet cake, $44.
Look who just stopped in.
And who just came in for less is Peter Pavone.
Peter Pavone.
Hey!
Come on in, Peter.
I got you, bananas.
Yeah, come on in,
Come
Pete.
over here, boy.
Peter Pavone. See?
Oh my God, what a morning.
Oh my
That's
God.
okay, you're here.
Glad you came in.
How are you?
Good. Grab a chair.
Man, I was on a hot roll. You missed me, buddy.
I saw it, man.
Did you listen? Were you listening? Did I nail him?
You're amazing.
Why am I- now, Pete,
we got
why
a
am I
bottle. I
amazing?
want to get some of this juice out of there. And
What's that? See, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
the way he wakes up at 4
Right.
o'clock in the morning.
That's why I
Going.
love Peter. That's why I love Peter Pavone, ladies and gentlemen. And you need to go see this kid because he's the last of
El
the
Cortez,
true
right?
great.
Yeah.
And for me to say that, because they're saying this guy's a good fighter, let me go see how this guy fights. This guy will knock you out in the first round. He's my kind of guy when it comes to entertainment. Pete is great, and Pete is as I don't know how I'd say it, outspoken as I am.
well, we come from the old school. The truth sets us free.
Right.
Other people can't
the
handle
truth.
our truth,
Right.
but that's the way it is.
And Peter
Right.
Pavone is a great entertainer, and we watched your video last night from the show.
Yeah.
And that's the way I want people to see you, Pete. But
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying that what you're doing is bad. I love
yeah.
it. You got to do what you got to
great.
do.
It's great over there because you're over there. And what's the name
We got
of
a
that
nice
lounge?
crowd now.
What's the lounge name?
It's called the Parlor.
The Parlor. Yes.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah.
And you have a really good system.
Yeah, the
You really
sound
do,
is
yeah.
beautiful.
I tell you what I'll do.
Drinks are great.
Tell you what I'll do.
Uh-oh, what are you going
If
to do?
they can work out a deal with you to give you a band,
Uh-oh.
do you understand?
Well,
If they can give you a band, all right, I'll give them the advertisement on the radio.
yeah.
I'll do a barter system with them. They don't have to pay me a dime, but I'll give them the radio advertisement. I'll even give them a commercial on my television show as long as they give you a 3-piece band.
Sounds like an offer they
Oh
can't
my
refuse.
gosh.
So when
Oh
you
my
see the
gosh.
entertainment director, whoever that they want to do, because remember it's local people that
Yeah.
you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, their own. It's a family.
Right. Say,
Love
so I
them.
tell you what you do.
The
Give me a
Epsteins.
band, and the Sandy Kastel show will give you 5 days, and we're going to go 5 days for television. We're going all the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to buy Pete every piece of airtime I
estate.
possibly can. I'm serious.
Can I be like your court jester?
What's that?
Running around with bells and
No,
whistles.
but
and
I'm
stuff?
serious. You tell them to give you a even a 2-piece. You know what I mean? The guy can
Yeah,
play
yeah,
left
yeah.
hand, but a good
Yeah.
drummer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say to you? And let you do what you do best.
Yeah.
And I will give them the advertisement on this radio show and my television show
Wow.
that'll cost you $4,000 a month.
Woo!
$4,000 a
love
month.
this guy.
I'm serious.
Wow.
I'm serious. I will do that and promote Now, I know they ain't going to go with the show tickets I give away because it's a conflict of interest. You understand?
yeah.
Sure.
Because I'm not pulling anybody out of their hotel.
No.
But I'll give them that advertisement for you. See it with these people. Let's see how they want to do.
This is how we roll, right?
That's how we
That's
roll.
right.
'Cause when
We
I used to
stick
play,
together like glue.
When I used to play years ago, I walked in the Riviera. I said, here's my price, and any seat that's empty, I'll buy it.
Huh?
They said, what are you talking about? How many seats? 160? What's your drink minimum? 2 drink minimum? I'll put 25,000 in the cage. I'll buy it. Anybody that's not sitting down, I'll pick up the tab. But this is my price. See, people are not used to that. It's like you go to a lawyer and you say to a lawyer, I want 50 grand. Oh my God, I can't pay. And the lawyer says to you, I'll tell you what I'll do. My price is 50. I guarantee I'll get you off. But if I don't get you off, I'll do it for free. Guess what? Jeff
Wow.
Fisher, give him the 50 G's. All right, I'll
So
keep
listen, all right. So you made it here, Peter. Now,
Oh my
let's
God!
talk.
And I apologize.
No,
you know,
it's
I was
okay.
doing so well. I went to
okay.
bed at 9:00 last night. I was going to wake up nice, right? I forgot to turn my ringer off. I get a text message at 1:30 this morning from an agent canceling a Rat Pack gig for this Thursday night.
Oh.
That she canceled. She confirmed with me months ago.
Yeah.
And so it takes a little while to get back to sleep after you
Did
get
you have a
news like that.
contract with her?
Well, you know, with agents, you don't really, after a while, you know, you do a few gigs, you don't do contracts because their word is good. But from now on, 50 down in the contract. But so I got back to sleep at 4.
Now,
And
is it
then-
fair to you to lose a job because you could have had a job that night and now all of a sudden you passed up that job for that? See what I'm
Well,
trying to say?
exactly.
Well,
right.
yeah, you
Exactly
should at least
right.
be paid half.
Exactly
You know,
right.
so
Something?
you have to have something.
Well,
in your-
I
in
told
your
her she had to
contract,
pay
yeah.
half, but you know, you can't really push them because then you never hear from them.
Yeah,
again.
exactly. I know.
You know how it is.
I know. Unfortunately, you know, I mean, we've all worked clubs. I remember working up in where was that? St. Catharines, Ontario, and I was with the band that David Taylor was in, as a matter of fact, and Dale Sweetland. They're working here in town too, you know. And we got done with our job. We'd been working there for whatever, a week, and it was just a 1-week gig. And you know, we did five or six nights, and then at the end of the week, we're supposed to get paid and go to our next gig, you know, which was up in Toronto. So. They didn't pay us, you know, and they were like this.
What are you pushing your nose on the side
Because
for?
these were guys, you know, and they said, "Hey, you want to give us, you know?" And they're like,
scungili.
"Yeah." They said, "Well, we're not paying you, so what are you going to do about it? We already did the gig.
It's okay,
and we
you'll be
didn't
all
get
right."
paid, you know." And so
brother
we ended
said-
up leaving without him. I mean, really, that was not right, and
Yeah.
it was cold
Yeah.
back there too.
His brother
Baby,
said,
it's cold
Baby, it's
outside.
cold
His brother, his
outside.
Fredo said to Mike in The Godfather, Mike, you don't talk to a man like Bo Green like that.
Never take sides against the family again.
Never crack the armor. Remember he said that? I used to say that. Just never crack the armor because when you tell your friends your business, they throw it up to you in your face
Isn't
the
that
minute
the
you get an
truth?
argument.
Isn't that the truth?
Isn't that amazing?
Hey, well, I got a show coming up. Can
Where?
I talk
Where?
about it?
Yeah,
Let's
baby,
talk
go ahead.
about
It's
it.
all you.
A week from Friday, Sam's Town Live.
Where?
1,100 seat theater.
Who are you playing with?
Johnny Cash.
Not Johnny Cash.
That's me.
Oh, is that you?
And then I got Shania Twain.
Get out.
Tim McGraw.
Get out.
And Dolly Parton. I got an 8-piece country band, steel guitar, fiddle, backup singers, dancers.
What about
Country,
Sa-
and you didn't invite
You didn't
me.
invite Sandy?
You're invited. You guys are
No,
invited.
No, to sing.
I have my country songs from my country
Oh,
album.
my God, Pete.
Well, but do you impersonate like Reba or
Oh,
somebody?
No, I impersonate
he was-
Sandy
This is an
Castel.
impersonator
Oh, it's an
show.
impersonation.
All right.
Person.
What's
Next
with
time
you
we'll
guys?
just do a country
How about
thing.
get me to
But the
impersonate
tickets-
Buddy Rich?
Yeah, there you go. The tickets are $15. I feel so
Oh,
cheap.
my
It
gosh,
should be
you
like
got
30 for
tickets.
this show.
It's all right.
But that's great.
$15
You've got an 8-piece band.
8-piece band.
8-piece
Jim
band.
Presley's my MD.
Why don't you do this, Pete? Get
wow.
everybody. How would you like next week to get everybody on the radio
Yeah,
show so we can talk
bring them
about
on
it?
the
Bring
radio
them
show.
people on.
If they're up this time, sure.
Well,
you know how musicians are.
We could film for the TV show.
can
We could
film
go
them
and
for the
take them
television
over
show.
to the station and get them filmed right there.
All right. We can
Yeah.
do that.
I'll give you that shot, buddy, because
Cool.
I love you.
Do that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know.
I love you, Pete.
Well, you know, there's people that.
All right, you guys,
we-
go get a room. Anyway,
I'm getting off verklempt over here.
what is the date? What is the date of the show?
December 12th, 7:30, Sam's Town Live over on Boulder Highway.
December 12th. So that's a Friday night.
Friday night,
That's the
baby.
night before our WEMA event.
NFR.
Yeah, and I know you're going to be at our WEMA event, right?
Yes.
You know, I want to say
On
something.
Saturday.
Always.
I want to say
So
something.
Friday
The way this guy cooks, I wouldn't miss
Friday
it.
the 12th over at Sam's Town.
Right.
$15 a ticket, 8-piece 80s band, and how many performers?
I got Johnny Cash, Shania Twain, Tim McGraw, Dolly Parton, dancers.
Dancers?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be great. I can't wait to
Daisy
see it.
Duke. Daisy Dukes. I got Daisy Dukes dancing
All
around.
right,
That's
good.
This is Vegas, after all.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is
Yeah.
wonderful. So now if you get something going with this, you could do this on a regular basis maybe.
Well, I'm also
take one night first.
I'm also very excited. I'm working on a George Strait tribute show.
Oh, you are?
And I'm
Ooh.
hoping to launch that somewhere.
George did a little rock too.
Yeah.
Rock and roll before he did country,
Yeah. Well, George has got more number one hits.
Am I thinking about the right guy? Is that
think
George
so.
Strait? No, that was the other guy.
I like
Crooked.
I like to interject something real quick.
He always
I
did
don't
country.
mean to offend anybody.
Don't.
I really don't.
Then
I
don't.
don't mean to offend anybody. And if I offend anybody, please accept my sincere apology. I say that with all humbleness. But I will tell it like it is. You know what I mean?
You can't handle the truth.
What's that? Well, it's like everybody
Some
else.
people can't.
Listen,
What is
George Washington? Why did I mention?
Look at he's got wool
What
on. He's
happened?
got a scarf on.
I know, matching. Look at his hat.
80
He's
He
got,
degrees
said I
in
look
here.
like
He's
Pinky. He said I look like
Glenn-
Pinky
Glenn
Lee.
Platt all over the place. Yeah.
John said I look like Pinky Lee.
So
I
tell us,
remember
what else?
Pinky
What
Lee.
else are you doing?
Well, you were
Peter?
going to say something. No,
Okay.
we don't want him to finish.
No, good.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
I forgot what
Oh.
it was.
I know.
It
I
was so
just
long
wanted
ago,
to
we
say,
got sidetracked
listen.
on the track.
It's like people listen.
Oh, he said he didn't want to offend anybody.
No,
so
I
he
don't.
didn't.
Okay.
No,
You know,
I
so
really
he
don't.
already
Good.
said
That's
that.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because
That's always
everyone's
good.
politically correct, but there's some
Sure.
people, and I'll end of it, need to get out of the show business.
Some people are not politically correct, and
Right.
they do things
Right.
behind your back, and they talk, and then they go hide behind somebody else and to get.
Well,
Way to go, Sam. I'm proud of you. Punch that son of a bitch.
What I've learned
They are.
4 years here, the universe will push you where you need to go.
That's right.
And the people who are the haters will just tell you that you're not supposed to associate with them.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you come to Vegas and if you have talent, if you persist, you will find a place to work.
Yeah, because you got a lot of resistance when you came to town.
Oh,
It
man.
was like you get a new guy in town. All of a sudden, you're appearing at all these places that all the other guys have been appearing,
Right.
And you're getting attention because you're the new guy in town, and you're good looking, and the girls are going wild over you. So all these other guys,
Some
have been
guys are
here all
going
the
wild
time.
over him, too, like
Yeah,
John,
yeah.
the cross-dresser.
I tell you, it's not easy, you know?
You know, so, and then you're right. Then they look at it like competition.
Well, people ask me how come I'm so busy. You drinking my coffee?
Yeah.
So how
Steve,
come I'm so
Steve,
busy?
you
Drink after
How
each
come
other.
I'm so busy? And I said, well, when I got here, I was Sinatra, right?
Yeah.
In the Rat Pack. I got cast out of San
Right.
Diego, and I got here, and all the Sinatras hated me. All the competing
course.
Rat Packs hated me. So then I said, okay, I'm not working as much.
You'll
so I
do.
walked into the tap house one night, and they said, hey, do you know any Johnny Cash? So all I knew was Folsom Prison. I got up and did Folsom Prison. The place went nuts. So I
and
said,
then all
there's
the
another
Johnny
chance.
Cash guys got mad at you.
Another chance for, well, there was only one. So then there was another paycheck.
Is
And
that
then
Jimmy Ray?
I don't know what his name is.
Well, Jimmy Ray's
I do,
really
but
nice.
it's too early. I don't even know my own name this morning.
Jimmy Ray's a nice guy.
And then I walk in, and Rob Garrett one night says, hey, do you do Abraham Lincoln?
Oh.
So the next day I went to Star Costume. I get Abraham Lincoln, and we got the job, and it paid really well.
And all the Abraham Lincolns got mad at you, but there were no Abraham Lincolns.
So now I have Dos Equis' most interesting man, Sean Connery, and now George Strait's coming on. So, and that's
Holy
why I'm so
cannoli.
busy. Everybody 3.5 years ago were complaining there's no work, they're getting out the lounges, they're doing this. All I knew was I had a shot at Vegas.
That's right,
After
and
40
you're
years
working.
of being a frustrated performer, I had a shot. I'm in Vegas. I got a chance. I'm on stages.
And you
performing.
are taking that shot, and
And
you're
I just
doing
worked.
it.
I
You
did
are.
whatever I had
You're
to
not
do.
just trying. You are doing.
I'll do Phyllis Diller for $1.
Peter Pavone here on Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael, and we're going to have him on again next week so he can talk about that show coming off on Friday the 12th
Yeah.
at Sam's Town for $15 Friday night
Yeah,
at Sam's
Johnny,
Town.
Dolly,
Okay,
yep.
and we got to go. So if you're just tuning in now, check us out on YouTube this afternoon. We're going to be on TV this Saturday and Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow morning here on KLAV. Ciao.
That's easy for me.